Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Selful Soul. My name is Gladys, and this is your weekly pick a card reading. But before I go into the reading, I just wanted to share I'm doing a 2-card draw on TikTok and Instagram, and you're welcome to join me there. I'm not posting it on YouTube, but from time to time, what I'll do is I will share it here because, like, for example, in the last couple of weeks, there's been kind of a theme, or at least 2 of the readings, the latest, and one from a couple of weeks ago, I just want to share with you because I feel it's important, and you might get something out of it. It's really, it's really just a sharing. The first one was from about 3 weeks ago, was the 7 of Wands and the 6 of Swords. And, well, my take on the video, no, TikTok's like short videos, but I think it's quite obvious. In fact, the 7 of Swords, Wands had come in the reverse, and it was talking about needing to stand up for ourselves as a way that our standing up for ourselves was the thing that would move us from one place to the other, from a place of insecurity to a place of stability, from a place of, really the only way to describe this is choppy water to a place of still water. So where things were turbulent to a place of calm. And but the thing that's been coming to me constantly after that is so much more than just that standing up for ourselves, or it's about what the form might be. And I know this is my lesson, and I'm sharing it with you because it's been constantly coming to me, and I just feel, well, I feel like if you're on this journey with me, there's so many synchronicities or commonalities, and we're on this journey together, kind of. So the lesson that I wanted to share, and if it sits with you, that will be wonderful, but it might not. And that is that standing up for ourselves can also be about being accountable to ourselves, like for our dreams, for the things we want to achieve, for changing a behavior, like whatever it might be. Standing up for ourselves is also taking responsibility of facing those things. And sometimes we don't face them. Sometimes, for example, we procrastinate out of fear, out of, it's never just the laziness, it's fear, or it's a way of, what's the word now? Not wanting to face the real world kind of thing. So I just wanted to share that. I felt that was a strong message, that standing up for ourselves doesn't always have to be a fight with the external world, right? Can be also confronting ourselves and saying, hey, why am I not doing that thing that I really want to do? Why am I not doing that course of study? Maybe it's financial, but if it's not financial, why? Why am I stalling on that thing? Am I afraid that I won't be good enough? Am I feeling unworthy? Deep down, is it a lack of worthiness that's keeping me from doing that thing? It might be anything. It might be something different. So I guess I'm just inviting you to look at what it might be that's getting in the way, or thinking about that thing that you've been wanting to do, and what are the things that stop you? And how many times do you say, it's because I'm too busy, when there's so much time you spend doing something that is completely unnecessary? Let me tell you what's my latest obsession. I found this flippin' app on my phone, home makeovers, and I know what it's telling me is that in another life, or in a parallel universe, or in a past life, I must have been a house flipper, because this thing is so addictive for me. And yes, what the hell? Why am I doing that when I have a huge project that is so dear to me? that is so close to completion, and that is taking up time, you know. So I'm sharing I'm fessing up to you. So where do you get in your own way? And this was a strong theme for Sagittarius in my the first sign-specific readings that I did. So, and I think it's maybe if you are listening to this, maybe it's something that sits right for you. Maybe you are getting in your way in some way. Okay, so that was the first one. And then the latest one, the last one I did was this. It's quite heavy, but not necessarily so. It's the Tower. Oh, am I putting that upside down? Gosh, I am putting it upside. It was the Tower upright, right? And it was the Three of Swords, but in the reverse. And for me, that is saying that there's a Tower moment. There's something that has happened in your life, a sudden event, something that feels cataclysmic, that is in fact leading you to healing, you know. And I said something that might have sounded callous, but it was from my heart, you know, on the TikTok video. And that is even the loss of a loved one, you know. Like we've lost my auntie. She was dear to so many. My cousins, she was the glue in that family, and it was so sudden. Unlike my mum, I know even when we lost mum, it felt like a bolt out of the blue, even though she was so sick, and in a way it was a relief for her, you know. But those bolts out of the blue, even when it's something as painful as losing a loved one, I think the message that I wanted to share was Rumi's one of the wound is where the light enters. And your cataclysmic thing might be a relationship that's fallen down, a job lost. It could be just anything, you know. It could be a betrayal, because the Three of Swords is very much about betrayal, even though here it was in reverse. So it really does talk about healing. I think that the guidance is to, of course, weep and mourn, and we have to do those things, you know. But find that little chink. If it's such a painful time for you, just find that little bit of light, knowing that you will grow out of this. You will heal. You will learn something new. You'll learn a skill, or you will something will come out of it that will build you, that will heal you. So I just wanted to share those two things, because I felt that they were really beautiful messages. I love the 2-card draws, in fact, because I get so much out of them. And I just want to thank my brother, because he said to me he loves them too. You know, he gets so much out of them. And he's not an IGTV, and well, he's not on TikTok and Instagram so much. So I will see if I can find a way of doing them on YouTube very quickly. Then I will do them. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope that it helps someone or helps you in some way. Okay, but anyway, now I'm going to do the pick a card reading, and you will see the cards on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. So here are your cards for the week ahead, your choices. Group 1 is the 9 of Swords. And I chose these randomly. So that's the 9 of Swords, and you get this little vase. This was my mama's vase. Group 1. Group 2, you get it's interesting, last week we also had lots of swords, hey? You get the 8 of Swords, and you get this little piece of rock, stone, crystallized sand that I found at the beach. Group 3, you get the Devil, the card of Capricorn, and that little flower. And group 4, you get the 9 of Cups, and little Hello Kitty. So take a moment and I'll have a stir so you can take your time to choose, and I'll move on to the reading. Group 1, you chose the Nine of Swords, which to me indicates a time of feeling quite burdened, mainly by thoughts. You know, the swords are about thoughts, and you can see this person is fighting off an enemy that's not real, you know. So let's see what comes up. But you have this vase, and I'm thinking maybe you are worried about, because that makes me think of cups, but also vases hold stuff. They hold flowers, they hold abundance, say. And it's such a pretty one, you know. It looks like an ancient vase, so almost like it makes me think of a pitcher that was used to carry water. So maybe you are concerned about your abundance, wealth, you know, like stability in that sense, or you are concerned about love, and it's feeling quite burdensome for you, group 1. Let's see what the cards say. Oh, you get the Strength card at the center. So let's move that into the picture properly. It's insisting. I will just show you the cards. Let's see. At the center, group 1, you get a very powerful card. You get the card of the Strength card. Talks about spiritual strength, courage. But it also speaks about, it's also the card of ego and of unconventional ways, strength, or strength that, well, for me, the Strength card speaks about strength being in gentleness. Look at the power this person who appears weaker than the beast has so much power over the beast. But it also talks then about using power wisely. You get it with the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So group 1, that's an 8. That's a 9. There's something to do with you might be the Queen of Cups, struggling, even if you're not a water sign. I feel like that Queen of Cups represents you, and I think you're struggling with finding this balance around strength, around ego, and how it plays out around when to speak up and when not to. Let me just think about this. I think that you're finding, group 1, you are not honoring the courage of the Queen of Cups within you. You're not honoring, because I think that the Queen of Cups represents that maiden, always a representation of that gentle energy within you. You are not honoring it. It's like you are seeing it as something negative within you. You are feeling like it weakens you. But let's see what clarifications we come with. So that's profound, I think. But there's a situation, I feel, where your gentleness is important, where, and maybe you are feeling that there are harsh energies around you. And let me get clarifiers for those right away, because I think that's really such an interesting introduction to your reading. You are definitely, you know what I'm seeing here, you're definitely striving for balance. There's something that's imbalanced in your life, and you're striving for that. What is this? Strength and you get the star and the 7 of coins. So your healing is tied up to this, I think, to the way you see courage. Okay, here's another scenario. You could be dealing with the Leo, because that's the card of Leo, right? And it's possible that the central issue for you, you know, seeing that there's a lot of worry, is this Leo person in your life. And maybe so there's the one scenario. Maybe you are feeling like you need to take your cups elsewhere. That's one possibility, group 1. The other is you are maybe feeling, I think you're feeling like your kindness and gentleness is a weakness with the star card there in reverse. So maybe that's something you need to be working on. And here it's like you've lost patience with something and you want to walk away. So read that whichever way works for you, group 1. Yeah, but I think at the same time, if there's something you are walking away from, this Leo energy, or this thing that you feel like it's over, the lesson in it is in valuing the gentle aspect of yourself. Like, I do feel we have so many different ways to express ourselves. We are not just one thing, but I feel like you are feeling that it's your gentleness that has caused the problem, and I feel like maybe your challenge is to embrace that, own it, integrate it as part of your being, because that gentleness is such a powerful strength in this situation, as part of your healing, or as to heal this relationship, or whatever it is that is going on in your life. The other thing that's important in the situation is this thing about finding balance. Whatever's going on here, you are learning some lesson in balance. And maybe it is about balancing that beast and maiden nature, that gentleness and the raw energy, the raw energy that is within you, that energy that wants to scream out and lash out. In the near past, you have the 5 of coins. So whatever was going on with this Leo or Leo-like energy, or this situation that has caused you to confront this need for balance, was an imbalance. Here, there are 2 people here. They are partners, but they are both feeling left out. The man in this, the masculine energy, is feeling left out because the woman is holding the child. There might have been a partnership where 2 people maybe cared about each other, but both felt left out of each other's worlds. That child is like a block between the woman and the feminine figure and the masculine figure, like a barrier. So interesting, right? So in the past, you felt left out of this, maybe out of this, whatever the situation the 9 of Swords represents, whether it's a love or a partnership of another kind, or work. And beneath the deck, you get the 6 of Pentacles. So there's a progression, right? Not beneath the deck, in the unconscious. It's like you're moving from that place of feeling like an outsider to feeling like you have a place to share. And maybe that's the thing that's really weighing on your mind, is this, I think abundance might be on your mind, but we'll get clarifiers. This issue of balance is a key theme for you this week. You know, the Six of Coins can be also, you know what's interesting, right? The Five of Coins talks about being left out, and the Six of Coins is about being offered all these gifts. It can be about being like offers of whatever is needed, but it's also about balance. It's quite an ironic card in a way, for me anyway, because on the one hand it speaks about balance and equal give and take, because you know you've got the scales of justice, but it can also speak about benevolence. So it could be that you have made an application and it comes in, an application for a grant or support for a project or something like that, and it comes in, but it's beneath the surface. It's what you're longing for, and generally it speaks about that possibility coming in, but it's not here right now. You get the Nine of Swords again in your near future. So there's something that's really bothering you, group one. And we'll get to the bottom of it, because I'm going to get clarifiers. At the same time, you have the Star card, and you've had the Star card twice. The once it was in reverse, but this card is representing you. You know, the Star card also speaks about balance. There are two pictures there. There's, you know, there's two pillars at the back. And you got the picture again. So it's possible that, look, there's so many scenarios. I'm seeing love, possibly. For some of you, it's about love. For some of you, it's so clearly about financial stability. But there's a healing happening, and it's possible that you can't see the transition from that feeling like an outsider to this place where something happens, something is offered, something. There's some benevolence around you that allows for this healing to take place. This, by the way, I clear my cards before I do the readings, and it's such a good thing, because the way I clear them shows me if a card is missing, and the Five of Cups is missing. This is what's around you. So I feel like with the fives, there's a lot of change. And the Five of Cups, and it's kind of like the theme of this reading is about choosing. You can choose whether you look at the spilt milk, the spilt cups, or you look at what has come out of whatever this is, this journey, this situation, the positive that has come out of the situation. Let me do it like that. Sorry. Let me light another incense quick one. Okay, I think that's better. I do, but you can't really see this, but I'll show it. Temperance card. By the way, this is also the card of Sag. You know, sometimes the card representing you might be the opposite of, so there might be a Sag and a Leo at play here. You might be the Sag, or you might be the Leo. Or people with that energy, or the situation is reminiscent of, like the Strength card is about spiritual strength. It's about ego and taming the ego, and the Temperance card is about balance. It's about that divine balance between masculine and feminine, which I think is a theme in this reading, that finding balance. Then you have the Justice card in your advice. It's about finding balance. You can look at the two cups, which are represented by the Justice card, or you can look at the three cups that have spilt. That's your big lesson here. And then in the outcome, you get the Nine of Wands, which is about, you've got lots of nines, 999. It might be that you are about to come out of this place of, after 9 is 10, and 10 is the completion. So the 10 of Swords is okay, this is the worst of it now, comes and it's done. The Nine of Wands is that protectiveness, like we protecting what we've worked for. Um, but also we can be burdened by all the things that we've worked hard on. And I think that's maybe what your Three of Cups, Five of Cups is about, is honoring the journey, honoring the lessons that you've learned. So group one, I know I'm going all over the place here, but there's so many interesting things coming out of this reading, right? There's the deeper lessons of whatever the situation is, and those lessons I feel are about balance. And I think that the balance might relate to how you view yourself or how you view the situation. And I think that this is a huge opportunity for you to look at how you view things and to try to find balance in your life, in an area of your life. So let me get one more for the central cards. I'll just get one. Wow. Beneath the deck you get the Five of Swords. I didn't check what you had beneath here. We got the Ace of Swords, so two swords cards. So this one is about clarity, finding clarity, which I think is what you're trying to cut through to. And this one is about the mind games. So you can choose group one. So you've got 3 5s, really significant for you. You've got 3 5s, which is about change. And I think that this week ahead is about you changing your attitude around something in a profound way. You have the opportunity to do that. And I'm thinking here with them. Let me just look at these again. I think that this, to me, is echoing this Ace of Swords. It was in the upright. I turned it around. It's saying you can charge through the, I want to say, like the treacle, the whatever, that of your own mind, beloveds, of your own mind, to get to the crux of the matter. So whatever's going on, it could be you were dealing with a Leo and having a hard time with them, or a Sag. It could be a Sag and a Leo clashing heads, or something like that. But it doesn't have to be that. For me, it's about the lessons that we get out of whatever the situation is. But there's a situation here. Either where you feel there's no, maybe you feel requires healing, but you kind of are in a state of giving up. Oh, I've had enough of working on this shit kind of thing. No, I'm not going to give my love anymore. And it might be a temporary feeling, right? But this is not as important as the story that it's giving, the lesson that it's giving. I really feel strongly about that, group one. It's such an interesting thing that's happening for you. So there's something to do with ego here. And it's like I was saying, it's about finding that balance between give and take, really. I think that's a strong theme for you, is finding that balance between give and take. This card is about taming the ego. That's what it's about. It's having the strength to be able to tame the ego. So think about what that means for you. And with the Star in reverse, you're finding that you're finding a difficulty with doing that. You're finding it very difficult to see, and I think I want to go back to my initial interpretation. You're finding it difficult to see the beauty in gentleness. And it's like you want to give up on something. What you need to think about is this. You have so much joy around you. You have so much abundance and beauty, and so you might be in your head about something, group one, but you have so much joy around you. You also have this something coming into balance. For me, this is also a card of balance. Look at the family in it. It's like the stability of family, the old, the young, the in-between, the doggies, which talks about loyalty, and the abundance, which is in the coins. This card speaks about financial abundance, stability, as well as emotional. And you get the Temperance card, which is talking about finding balance. There you've got the 2 cups that are also in the Star card, in this depiction of the Star card. It's like, I think that group 1, I can't say for sure what this area is that you're trying to find balance in. I think it's about give and take. You are struggling with that at the moment. And you know what? It's a beautiful struggle. It's not, it's like this reading is not about a specific situation so much as, well, I think most often my readings are, I try to focus more on the lesson. But in this one, very specifically, it's not so much about whatever the situation is, that mind stuff. It's so much about the lessons for you, group 1. And I think that's so lovely, really. So this feeling left out in the cold, you have the Hermit. It was like, almost like you chose to see yourself as an outsider. And that might be harsh, but I don't know why the Hermit is giving me that feeling like you chose to be outside of something. But you're moving away from that energy now, group 1. You're moving to this place of finding this balance of give and take. I really think that's your lesson, this balance of between give and take. That's your lesson. And this is in your unconscious. That's what your guides are leading you to. That's what your inner guidance is leading you to. This seeking out the answers for you in this specific situation of what an equal give and take is. What does it mean? Does it mean specifically I give this much, that one gives that much? Because we give and take in different ways, right? And there's something to do with communication that's important as well. That's in your unconscious. Maybe you're needing to communicate about something, maybe with this Leo, or that Leo-like energy, or maybe that you are that Leo, but it's an 8, and that's why I'm making that connection. Group 1, very interesting. And then in the near future, you get the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. I think that, you might find yourself still in this situation of being in your head, because those things take time. But I think that the guidance is to try not to be so much in your head that you don't see offers that are given to you. So let's say you are having a clash in the center here with some person, or a situation, there's a bit of a clash. Don't be so much in your pain, because the 9 of Swords is painful, but it's more our perceptions than reality. It's the pain of our thoughts. So don't stay so stuck in that you don't see offers of reconciliation, maybe, or like just a hand that's put out in a way that might not be your way of communication. Like I hope you get what I mean, is that sometimes we might expect people to behave in the same ways, that thing about love languages, but in our way of behaving, what is acceptable to us. This is the only way I will see an offer, but maybe an offer is shown to you in a different way. You get the World card and the Star card. So there's this healing that's going on, but maybe it's an ongoing thing that you're dealing with. Maybe it's a life lesson that you're dealing with, group 1. And so it will take its time, finding this balance. But you are on a beautiful path right now of this healing, hope and healing, but it might not show itself in a very obvious way, and it might just be part of your journey to wholeness, to completeness. And you get the Five of Cups with the King of Wands. So I definitely feel like you're dealing with a fire sign, and because this is what's around you. And I feel like a lot of whatever's going on is about how you choose to view the situation. That's where the ego thing comes in. Am I looking at the glass half full or half empty? And I know that's not always easy to do, but there's something about that that's important. Am I looking at what is spilt, or am I looking at the beauty and joy in this situation? You get the Eight of Swords again, another 8. So 9s and 8s are present for you with the Justice card. There's something similar. Look, they both have blindfolds, and this is in your advice. So group 1, you really do have a choice. I think that you are playing mind games with yourself. Not intentionally, obviously, because you also have the Five of Swords there beneath the deck, which tells me that the underlying all this is a mind game kind of thing. And maybe you're seeing yourself as trapped. Oopsie. And maybe the answers are simpler than you think. But I think that you need to focus on the justice in the situation. Trust that justice is taking its course, and you have the ability to free yourself of these binds, whatever they are, that are making you feel bound and stuck in your head. I think that your advice is to trust that what this journey is about is you finding a sense of stability, but also of balance. You are on this journey of finding balance around a specific kind of situation. And whatever's going on, it's a representation of a key lesson for you, group 1. Maybe a life lesson. Maybe it's been a lifelong lesson for you of finding this balance between give and take, There's something here about you learning to unrestrict yourself in your mind from the mind games that you play, where you feel like things are unfair. But I believe that you are learning about fairness, about an equal give and take in some very significant area of your life. And then in the outcome, you get the King of Coins with the 9 of Wands. So if it's finances that you're worried about, it looks like there's stability coming in. If you have been dealing with the King of Wands, maybe that fiery nature, maybe through whatever actions you take, or however you work on this, where you start seeing things in a different light, what emerges is the King of Coins. You might be the King of Wands, having had that energy in this particular week, in this particular situation, and something transforms, that you become the King of Coins, or the situation moves from a King of Wands energy to a King of Coins energy. So from something that's fiery, maybe fighting, not that the King of Wands is a negative card, but in this situation, to something that is more stable, that honors the lessons in the situation, and that makes you feel more at ease within yourself. Something stabilizes, and I think it's about it's about a lot to do with your state of mind and how you are perceiving things, especially around this give and take, what that means. Group 1, I hope that helps you, and I would love your feedback, and I hope if you like it, if this helps you, please give me a like, please share with others, tell others about me if you resonate with the way I read, and subscribe if you haven't, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye. welcome back, Group 2. You chose the Eight of Swords with this lovely piece of like corally thing, sand, coralized sand, or petrified sand, or whatever. And let's see what the reading has to say. So I just want to talk about that Eight of Swords. That, can you see the beast caged by their own thoughts? It's such a powerful card, a representation of the Eight of Swords. You know, and I mentioned the petrified. I said petrified. And it's, yeah, there's like a sense of being captured, of being caged, but of not being able to move. And it's related to your own thoughts, I think, Group 2. Oh, wow, Group 2. Wow, Group 2. You get the Ten of Cups beneath the deck. Wow. There's some really beautiful energy here, Group 2. Like peaceful energy. So the Ten of Cups here tells me of joy and happiness and emotional fulfillment. Maybe that's what you're walking towards. You have the Lovers in your outcome. You have the Six of Wands, victory in love. This is possibly a love reading, Group 2. So you, there's such an element of love. So there's a Six of Cups, which talks about past love, a past life love, or a past love, or nostalgia. But I think that there's a past love, maybe a past life love, that is definitely in your presence or coming towards you. You have the World in reverse, so it tells me that that is not complete. Something you thought was over is not over. What you need to think about is the Queen of Cups is quite present. So this is could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, not necessarily, but someone with that gentle energy. But the Queen of Cups, and I'm thinking this represents you, is feeling like, I don't want to give anymore. That's the feeling I get. But I feel like you're going to be surprised in this week, because something you thought was over is not over. Very interesting. And in the near past, you were at this kind of crossroads. You were sitting back and allowing things to happen because you knew that you were at a crossroads. Maybe in true Cancer style, if you are Cancer yourself, you were kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm just going to observe now. And beneath the deck, you get the Judgment card. So something, there's a rebirth. There's such a powerful sense of rebirth. And you know, Group 1 or 2, I know Group 1's reading was long. Yours might be very quick because it's so straightforward and lovely. It's almost like, okay, no spiritual lessons this week. We're just going to be frivolous and just let things come to us. That's what I'm seeing in this reading. It's so lovely. It's so beautiful. It's so positive. You know, and what I'm saying is not that the others aren't positive. I think that it's equally beautiful when you get deep lessons, right? But it's like you need a break. And you just need to accept now. So lovely. Your card is the Temperance card. It's possible that you're a Sag, or you're dealing with, well, I don't think you're dealing with the Sag, but it could be that you're a Sag. Well, could be, you know, because the energies intertwine, you know, like especially if we are often dealing with people, whether it's love or in whatever situations, right? There's always an other, not people, but an other. So this could be the other energy, but it's more likely your energy, and it's about you finding this place of harmony within. You have worked hard on this finding harmony, and it comes back to this Two of Wands. You sat back and said, okay, I'm going to observe now. And because you did that, you found this place of harmony. And because of that, you are going into victory in some area of your life. This is such a card of victory, and you've earned it, group 2. It's like you, wow, yeah. Like you sat back, you observed. In fact, maybe it was right, you needed to let go of the over-giving maybe, and you're finding balance with that giving. And around you is this 5 of coins. I'm very curious about the 5 of coins because it's this feeling of being an outsider. So it could be someone in your life being left out, intentionally or unintentionally. But there's someone that's feeling like an outsider. It's almost like someone looking into your life and feeling left out. So if it's this love, maybe you need to think about what you do in that situation. And then you get the Strength card as your advice. I love this. It's about you learning when to be virgin and when to be beast. It's about you learning about truly taming the ego and having ego in its place. It's also about, it's about strength. It's about courage. So we'll see what you get with it. And then you get the Lovers as the outcome. Wow, group 2 got such strong cards of balance, and you are getting balance as well. You get the 2 there, you get Judgment. Well, you get 2, you get the Temperance, you get the Strength card with the 2 aspects, and the Lovers is about the 2 again. So there's but you are getting it in such it's almost like you are at a different point in a specific situation. Like I feel yours might be about love and a specific person, and something is moving forward, something is finding balance in that relationship, in that situation. Let's get clarifiers. Excuse me. Wow. And I just turned this over. It's like waiting for your ships to come in. For some reason, I turned it over, but you almost like a contradiction. The Hanged Man. Well, yeah, not a contradiction because it's like waiting. But with the 3 of Wands there, it's like the ships are coming in. Oh, and I didn't get a clarifier for that very important card there. Wow. Wow. Look at that. 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Something in your life is bringing you joy, contentment, fulfillment. Group 1, I don't normally have a reaction to readings like this. It's like, when I put this card down, I thought, my head was working overtime. Just as I put it down now, I thought, the immediate thing came to me, and I thought, that's not like you to say, to not think before. My thought was, yes. If you thought, whatever you were thinking about the 6 of Cups, yes, it's true. And I don't normally see the Page of Swords that way. For me, that's a confirmation, like this is, you know what, soulmate. That's the other thing that didn't come to me. Soulmate energy. That's what I'm feeling here, group 1. 2. And then you get the blocking that, crossing that, you get the World and the Fool. So maybe something needs to be completed before you can take that step, group 2. Maybe there's something that you haven't finished off, or another person hasn't finished off, and you want to start on a clean slate or something. It's like, say 2 people want to get married, but the one is still engaged, not in, I don't see like a negative engagement, but they haven't signed their divorce papers. They've been separated for 10 years and just didn't get around to it, something like that. Something needs to be completed. Or it could even be, though I'm not seeing it, although the lovers can speak about making choices, but it's about maybe this outside energy, being honest, tying up a loose end, tying up a loose end, or the loose ends, group 1, 2. Why do I keep calling you group 1? Like, I think that's significant, the 2 and the 1. Like, I really feel like you are headed towards a partnership, group 2. I don't like to be too prescriptive and predictive, because I don't think that's helpful, but that's the feeling I get from this reading. And look at you with the Magician. So you have the power in the situation to make whatever happen that you want to happen. So go for it, group 1. Group 2. It's like the 2. Look at this. I wasn't group 2 becoming 1. This is such a powerful reading. It could be a work partnership, but something it feels like is working out. Please tell me. I hate to be too predictive, beloveds, but this is such a reading of everything is fine. It's like it's in your hands to make this, whatever this is, happen. And you have the Judgment card, like a rebirth with something that you were so patient with. It's like it's almost time. And that's in your unconscious, right? Saying just keep being patient because it's so close. And then you get the 5 of Swords with the 6 of Wands. You can be your own worst enemy. Just don't play games, group 2. Don't play games. Just be, even with yourself, like you can tell yourself you're caged. I can assure you, you are not caged. You're not caged. You have the Magician on your side, and you're finding this balance, and you get it with the Hermit. So some deep spiritual work has led you here, group 2. I can't help thinking you are on the right path. It's really, really beautiful. And then you get with the 5 of Coins and the 6 of Swords, it's like this outsider energy might be moving away. Maybe something that's been really difficult is moving to calm water now. And you've allowed that to happen. You've taken it there. You've done something in a way that doesn't make people feel maybe neglected. I think this is you taking this situation from this stormy sea to the calm lake. Do lakes come out of seas? Yeah, they do. I think so. Yes, they do. Anyway. And then you get the Strength card with the 9 of Cups. It's almost like I feel almost speechless with the power of this reading. It's your strength. It's your Magician energy, like the 8 and 1 make 9, is bringing you to this place of complete fulfillment, first and foremost within yourself, group 1. Group 2, you are finding this space within yourself of complete fulfillment, and that, I think, is leading to your lovers, your King of Wands. There might be a fire sign that is the love of your life, maybe. It looks so beautiful, group 1. Group 2, please forgive me, but I think it's this many a slip twixt the cup and lip thing. It's like my tongue is saying what Spirit wants to say, that there's a oneness, there's a union from 2. I didn't make this up, group 2. You know that I'm not flowery, but this is a flowery reading. So if it's short, group 2, but it's so beautiful. Please let me know how this resonates for you. I'm so curious, and it's such a powerful reading. It's so pretty. That's what it is. It's pretty. So let me know and give me a like if it does, and share with others. Tell others about me, and thank you for your support, by the way. Send you lots of love for the week ahead. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. You chose the devil and this beautiful flower, which I'm seeing as heart, throat, and solar plexus chakra. So it's possible that you're doing work this week around the chakras, and that will help you. And with the devil, I think that you're dealing with, please don't be afraid of the devil. I'm the devil. I'm the Capricorn. And the devil can be really powerful, but the beauty of the devil is in knowing how to manage power, power within and power without, like the power of an addiction over you, or you having power over a situation, things like that. So it is a powerful card. So just trust that whatever's going on, you're dealing with something, I think, quite profound. And maybe that's why the chakras come up for me. This King of Wands, I think, has shown up in every reading. So there might be a fire sign, Sag, Leo, Aries around you, group 3 as well. We are in the time of Leo, just about. Maybe Leo, because Leos are said to love the limelight and attention. They're clinging on, let's not let go and let Virgo have their time. And I say that with a lot of love because I love my Leos. And look at this. You get the devil with the Ace of Swords. Interesting, group 3. You, I feel, are dealing with some kind of negative power issues around you. It could be addictive behavior. And I think that you are trying to cut it out. We'll get clarifiers, but there's definitely some kind of power abuse going on, whether it's you or someone around you, and you are conscious of it and you're trying to address it. So let me move these up. Such lovely readings. You get the Two of Wands in the reverse. So maybe you are not wanting to see this crossroads that you're at, group 3. I think you're at a major turning point in your life, and I think you need to acknowledge that so that you can take the actions that are necessary. Let's see what the other cards say. You can get the King of Swords in the reverse in your near past, and that talks about maybe being decisive about something. Maybe you did cut something out, and maybe you're still dealing with the consequences of that. Maybe you had a King of Swords in your life, someone who was quite outspoken. Maybe that was you. Well, we'll see. Let me just go on with the reading and see what happens. Beneath in your unconscious, you have the Page of Swords. I feel like you might be dithering about a decision that you need to make there, with the Two of Wands there. Yeah. There's something about you giving power away, group 3. Yours also might be short, but I don't think that the readings are more powerful if they're longer. They just, like group 1's was long, but it was because it was quite complex. doesn't mean it was more powerful. It was very, there were so many messages coming up. Yours seems to be straightforward for now, but there's something about power that you're dealing with, and a decision that you need to make around that. But you come up with this 10 of Cups. Happy families. There's something very joyful in your energy, though. You are feeling quite satisfied with something. Very interesting. But I'm going to have to get a clarifier for this. And then around you is this 4 of Wands, this card of stability. Some say it's a twin flame card, the 1111. Happy families. Both these cards are about happy families. So maybe in a relationship, there's two people, you and another, that feel very strongly about each other, that you feel the same way about each other. But then there might be outside forces acting on this. In your advice, you get the Lovers. Wow, I think you need to honor the Lovers. Wow. I think that's what I can say. We'll see with the clarifiers. In the outcome, you get the Emperor to change it. There's some way, beloveds, you are not. There's some kind of, look, to me, the 3 most power cards in the tarot show up in the reverse, right? And by power, I mean they are overtly about power. The Magician's about power, the Devil's about power, and the Emperor's about power. And each of them can be negative or positive. For you, they are showing up in the reverse. So there's something really about power that you are needing to confront in the week ahead, Group 3. It's very powerful. And the Hierophant one jumped out there, but I hadn't really been shuffling properly. Let's see. Very interesting reading, sure. This card wanted to jump out. Mind games. You or someone else, maybe. Okay, you know what I'm going to say, Group 3. I'm feeling you're the one playing games. You are the one, Group 3, that is needing to look at how you use power. I might be wrong. Let's see what comes up, but I feel like maybe that's something you need to confront, Group 3. Because I'm seeing all these powerful, beautiful, sweet cards, and then there's this power stuff. There's nothing wrong with us confronting our demons, right? And then you get the 8 of, you get the Strength card. Look at that, ego. Wow. Oopsie. Beneath the deck, you get the 3 of Swords. Sorry. So, Group 3, there's this pain that might have come about through a King of Wands or someone with that fiery energy, or maybe a relationship that was quite fiery and passionate, and it might have caused pain. I don't know with this reading, it's like so dualistic. but let's see what emerges. So with the devil in the reverse there and the Hierophant, something negative about an institution that you were caught up in. So maybe this power thing was to do it with an institution, maybe marriage, maybe religion, maybe school, university, place of study, but some kind of structure that I think has been oppressive for you, group 3. So it might not be you. So you could have felt oppressed in this formal structure, or yeah, I think that's what it is. You have been feeling oppressed in this structure, whatever that is. But with you get such powerful cards with it. You get the Strength card and the Ace of Swords. Was the Ace of Swords in? No, I'm sure it was in the upright. And it's saying about you getting clarity. And I think you got clarity from spiritual strength, you know. You were willing to learn when to be beast and when to be virgin, maiden. When to be gentle and when to assert yourself. You've had to, in this situation, you've had to play this game, not a game, but like you've had to find that balance. And you've also had to look at your ego stuff. It's very interesting. And then what you need to think about is this crossroads. It feels to me like you want to make an offer now to someone, maybe because you've dealt with this stuff, this oppressive stuff, and you've been at a crossroads, and maybe you're coming out of that now and are willing to start something new, some new emotional journey in a new space, whether it's work or a lovership. And I think it is love as well here, group 3. You were ready to make an offer, maybe because you've worked so hard on getting clarity on this thing that was oppressing, and now because of that you've come to this crossroads, and now you're ready. You know, you've done a lot of work, I think. And then with the King of Swords in the recent past, it's like you got clarity on something, you spoke out about something, and you were rewarded by spirit, or by, maybe you sent in a CV. You know, it could be something like that, because the King of Swords is about words, it's about communication, about clear communication, about no nonsense. So you might have put something forward, spoke out, and then you were given this offer. Now the offer could be like a job, it could be like a financial offer. Maybe you sent in your portfolio or an application, and you've been rewarded with an award of some sort, like a scholarship. Or it could simply be, not even simply, I mean more complexly, be that you spoke your mind and you've been rewarded with an offer from spirit in the form of clarity in a relationship. You know, whew. It could be quite simple, and it could be profound for you, group 3. And then beneath in your unconscious, you have the Page of Swords vying with the Emperor. So the Page of Swords can be undecided, and the Emperor is very certain. So maybe that's what you are. Let me think about that a bit more. So you have 2 pages in your what you need to think about. You have the page of love, willing to make an offer, an emotional offer, a new beginning. And then you have the Page of Swords, who's willing to speak out and say what needs to be said, is willing to communicate. Maybe a letter, an email. It could be about something like that that's on its way to you, kind of thing. And it's about offering stability. You know, in the unconscious, it's those things that maybe our souls know are coming to us, but they're not present yet. Oh, that's the way I'm seeing this. So maybe there's something that is on its way that offers stability. It turns this Emperor upright, although that's also in your future, you know, an outcome card, but that's in the unconscious, is what is brewing. Let's look at your near future. The Magician and the Seven of Wands. So, you know, group 3, I feel like you are still going to do battle with this energy, destructive energy. You might still be doing battle. I'm going to get one more clarifier for that. It's so interesting because it could mean that you have stopped doing battle. You're not even giving it any attention, or it might be that you still need to do a little bit of work. You know, this could be an Aries, that could be a Capricorn, a Leo, Aries, Capricorn. I think Aries again. I thought I saw Virgo. No, Gemini. Yeah, so those could be players in this whole mix. Very interesting. Let me do that now. Let me get that clarifier now. You know, I feel like you're going to take a light-hearted approach to this, whatever this energy is, because I think the worst is over. I think you've taken on the battle and you've overcome it. And let's say this was an addiction, beloveds. Let's say it was an addiction within yourself. I think you are so close to conquering that. And maybe you need to take a light-hearted approach. Yeah. Maybe let's say alcohol, because I'm seeing the cups there, right? You are learning to fill your cups with, let's rather be addicted to coffee, right? Even if it's for now, or juice, or like you're filling your cups with something else, maybe with self-love and with friendship. This one feels at odds with the rest, but you know, so that's the one scenario. The other is that whatever this negative energy is, I think that you are taking an approach of putting the wands down now, no longer being defensive, and rather taking a more relaxed approach, because I think you've got it, you know, like you have overcome. And then with the 10 of Cups, you know, for a few of you, it might be that you're still on that journey, still battling with this, but it's not a hard battle. You remind yourself the worst is over. That's what it feels like. And that you've got it, you know, because the cards that represent you are the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Wands, like a new beginning in love, in fulfillment, in whatever makes you happy. That's you. And then around you is this beautiful energy of the Four of Wands with the Queen of Coins. So maybe you are wanting to make an offer to a Queen of Coins, an earth sign, Capi, Virgo, Taurus. Doesn't have to be, but that would be the first thing. And I would see fire, Sag, Leo. Sag, Leo, Aries. But there's stability to be had here in this relationship that's around you, or this offer, you know, that was made, that was divinely given to you, that you were brave enough to put out your wishes, and you were made this offer of this beautiful thing, something that brings you stability, nurturing, love, fertility, and it goes on and on. It's really lovely. And then you have, so there are lots of players here. Well, I feel that the pages are representing energies, and it's possible that the relationship that's being is here is between an earth and a fire sign. There's also then the King of Cups. Let's see what happens. So there's your guidance, your advice is to embrace this lovership, embrace this lovership, and make an offer if you want to make an offer. Make this offer of stability if you want to make an offer of stability. So I guess what it's saying is that if a marriage didn't work out in the past, doesn't mean one won't work out in the future. But there's definitely love here. It might even be that you want to reinterpret the form of a relationship, a new one maybe. But it's like all systems go. The path is clear for you, group 3. It's really beautiful. And then in your outcome, you get the Emperor and the King of Cups in the reverse. So I would say, really, really, really do not be tempted to play games or to allow somebody else to play games with you. This is the card of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And that's the card of Aries. They're both in the reverse, so they might show the negative aspects of those signs, of those representations, right? Those archetypes. The Emperor can be bullying, can want their own way, can be stubborn, can be harmful, actually, like say in a lovership, one partner abusing the other. The King of Cups can be emotionally abusive, So watch out for that energy. So what I'm seeing is that for some of you, what I'm seeing is another interpretation of this can be that don't let your guard down with this Aries or Magician energy, whether it's within you or within somebody else. Be vigilant. But there's so many indications of something beautiful coming into your life. But be vigilant around that energy, Let me get a clarifier or a clarifier for that. Yeah. Let me get another. Oopsie, not too many. I'm just going to look at them. So, I think that your guidance here is strive for balance rather than competition. I think that the nature that has been around is this competitive nature, and Spirit is saying, don't get sucked into that, group 3. Don't get sucked into that. There's so much beautiful going on around you. Why get sucked into that kind of petty game playing, Okay, group 3, I hope that helps you. Please won't you let me know if this spoke your story and if it's helped you in any way, and give me a like if it did, and also share with other like-minded souls if you like the way I read. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I wish you lots of love and grace in the week ahead, group 3. Bye. Welcome back, group 4. You chose the 9 of Cups, which is that emotional fulfillment. It might be that you're feeling quite joyful right now with that Hello Kitty as well. It's a lot of sweetness and love around you. Or maybe that's what you are striving for and what you'd like to know more about. So let's see. I feel like I must do differently with you. I'm going to read with these and clarify with the Cyril Marchetti's, the Gilded Tarot. This person is such a gorgeous, his artwork is beautiful, really beautiful. But somehow these cards are not my favorites, but I love the artwork on them. Beneath the deck, you get the Emperor, which is a card of stability, and it's an upright. It's a card of stability, and yeah, it's very, and power. So that's good. Group 4. Let's see what the other cards say. At the center of your reading is the Seven of Cups. I wonder if this is about love. Group 4. If it's not about love, it's about something you're very passionate about, and it's like you've made a choice about stability. Maybe there were lots of offers on the table and you have made a choice, or someone's made you their choice, or a company or a person. What you need to think about is the Queen of Wands. What makes you feel fulfilled, fertile, creative? There's something there's something calm and confident about the Queen of Wands. They are using their magical powers to create. You know, the wand is looking like magic to me, sitting there on their throne. So that's something you need to think about. Let's see what the other cards say, because there's not a clear picture yet. But there's something about choices. You've chosen a path maybe that's led to stability. You get the Nine of Pentacles in the past. It's like you have been, you've worked hard for your financial independence. And that's what's affecting this reading somehow. Maybe you are now at a new, wanting to do something new. Yeah, you're walking away from something. And beneath it, in your unconscious, you have the Eight of Wands. There's something about communication that is not clear and maybe affecting this, this, whatever's going on. So, maybe the Queen of Wands needs to communicate their needs more clearly. It will come clearer. I'm definitely needing clarifiers for this reading. The near future, you have the Ten of Wands, and maybe you are going to feel quite burdened by whatever's going on here. There's something that's been a burden, I feel, or something that is a burden at the moment, and it might be because you're not communicating. You're not standing up for yourself like the Queen of Wands. For you, you have the Hierophant. So there's you might be a teacher, a lecturer, or in some kind of institution, or concerned with an institution. But this does represent you. You might be, I feel like you're a teacher or a priest. Or maybe that's the role that you're taking at the moment. What's around you is the Victory card. So there is maybe victory coming in a situation. Maybe you can't see this, and you're feeling burdened by a situation, but there's potential for victory. Group 4. Let's see what the other cards say. Walking away from something emotionally. There's something that has walking towards your Nine of Cups. Very interesting. So there's a situation that hasn't been satisfactory. So look at this. You have the Seven of Cups. A choice was made. Maybe somebody walked away from you. Someone related to stability. Maybe you had stability and then somebody walked away, made another choice. You have the 7. You have the 8. Maybe someone made another choice and then you decided to walk away. Maybe somebody had an affair. It could be something like that. But you're walking away because you want the Nine of Cups. You want that fulfillment. But there's something in the unconscious about communication that needs to happen. You, as the Hierophant, are needing to take a position of authority in a way. Maybe call on higher knowledge. But then you get this you are a badass being of light, full of love, life, and possibilities. Life, love, and possibilities. I love that you get that card in your outcome. But let's see. The picture's not very clear at the moment, group 4, but it will emerge as I get the clarifiers. Beneath the deck you get justice. So whatever's happening, there's 2 powerful major arcana. It is leading to some balance and some justice for you. There's lots of wands energy here, lots of wands, passion. And then I'm seeing now quite a few players, people. But let's see. So with the 7 of Cups, you get the 8 of Cups. Somebody, I feel, walked away, made a different choice. Yeah. So group 4, it looks like a choice maybe was made, right? And maybe leading you to question whether or not you should walk away, or maybe somebody walked away from you because of making an alternative choice. And with the 4 of Cups, you get the 5 of Cups, and it's left you feeling quite. It's taken away your stability in a way, group 4. It's made you feel like your stability is gone, group 4. And you know, right now you are focusing, maybe because you need to, maybe because there's a lot of pain. You know, I'm just thinking it could even be somebody passed on, you know, like something like that. You know, they were taken away from you and you feel your stability is gone. And now, for right now, you have to deal with the pain. And right now, you are not seeing the beauty or the possibilities that come out of, you know, the new beginning. Let's say if it's a death that comes after a death, you know, that death means it's just a rebirth for someone and for the people that are left behind, even if it's painful. But in a relationship, it's like you are at the point, and it's fine, you need to mourn. You are in the stage of mourning. That's what I'm seeing there. With the Queen of Wands, you get the 9 of Wands, which is yeah, you need to think about your value, group 4. You need to think about your value, your experience, what you've achieved. I think you're not honoring that enough. And maybe it's because you are looking at, I'm not good enough, maybe because this person chose to leave, or the job, somebody else was chosen for a job or a promotion or something like that, and you are undervaluing yourself right now, group 4. You need to think about that. In the near past, you have the 9 of Coins with the Queen of Coins in the reverse. So I feel like what this talks about is you having been very independent. You know, the Queen of Coins in the upright would be nurturing, making money, but also sharing it. But I think that you built like an empire maybe, or you built something that was about you alone in a way. And that's not judgment, it's just that was your path. You built something around you, yourself, your independence. And you know, the interesting thing about that is you built your own independence, but it might not have felt as fulfilling as if it was shared, you know, something like that. But it's a lesson, you know. And then in the unconscious, what we can't see is the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. It feels there's communication maybe that is hidden. There's a Knight of Cups. It might be you wanting to communicate about your feelings to someone, but not doing that. And that's your wish or you want this Knight of Cups to come. And it's possible they will come to you with communication of some sort. In the near future, you get the Ten of Wands with the Chariot. So you're going to, there's this idea of, did we get the 10 here? Or was the 9? Yeah, no, it's the 10. It's like, I think you are being guided to let go of your burdens, group 4. Like, put down what is burdensome. You will burn out if you take on too much. It's such a different message from what's coming. So maybe whatever this was has burdened you very much. This working on your own, this lack of communication, this someone walking away has made you feel burdened. But you are needing to somehow put some burdens down, because right now you're not able to see the wood for the trees. You can't see your path ahead because you're carrying too much. And maybe it's because of this independence. And Spirit is guiding you, saying you can move forward, you can move away from this kind of energy. You get the 9 of Pentacles again, representing you with the Hierophant. So is this, again, this feeling of wanting to be alone, but also wanting something structured, like a marriage, but also wanting your independence? And why not? But that's your feeling around you. It could still be that you are in an institution of some kind, maybe even in a marriage, but you feel very alone in that, very independent in that. And I'm not sure if you are happy or not with that. But around you is this, it's almost like there's a victory wanting to happen, but there's a lack of communication. So maybe somebody's not communicating. Maybe it's this Knight of Wands, not communicating their feelings for you. And maybe that's what you're wanting. And so you're feeling almost trapped by your independence. Like institutionalized by your independence. I don't know what that might mean for you. I think it will mean different things to different people. And then your advice is to walk away. To seek your version of the 9 of Cups. What does the 9 of Cups look like for you? You know what I think, group 4? I think that you have been a very independent soul, very independent, economically independent, and you like to stand on your own 2 feet, and that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I feel like you are also wanting this emotional fulfillment. And it's almost like you have the green light to go ahead. But in order to do so, you need to let go of some kind of burdens, I feel. But we can explore that. Maybe it's the burdens of maybe you walked away from something and made choices away from that stability. And maybe you're not even happy with that choice, or you are doubting it. But somehow there's something about this situation that you need to let go of the burdens of which you need to let the burdens go. Am I right? Or whatever. And then you get your advice. You need to walk away from something. And I'm so sure that what you're needing to walk away from is these burdens, group 4. I'm not sure what those burdens are, what form they take. I guess because it's a general reading, it would be so different for each of us, each of you, And then you get this badass being and the 10 of coins in the reverse. There's some way, group. I think what's happening here, this reading is so confusing, because I think you are very confused. There's like on the one hand you want this, on the other hand you want that. You've walked away, but you're not sure if you should have walked away, kind of thing. You want your independence, but you're also feeling burdened by your independence, and you're not valuing it in a way. You want the marriage, but you also want the non-restriction, and that's fine. What is important is being able to confront that and understand it, so that you can find your balance, you know. It's so interesting. There's victory to be had, but there's a lack of communication. Let me get one more. I'll get from this group. This. And I'm not getting one, actually. So 3 cards came out. Oh, wow. Group 4. This is, for me, the card of victory. Even though this card is the 7 of coins, it's a card of patience. So something that there's victory. There is victory to be had. You need to have patience. You also need to do all the things of walking away towards your joy, towards what gives you fulfillment, you know. That you can have the 10 of, it's almost like you can have it all, but you are doubting it. You can be that badass being and also have the financial stability, the emotional stability, and you can have partnership. But here there's something that's caused pain and healing. That those tears are healing, that they are feeding the rose, you know, and like waiting for your ships to come in. Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to clarify that and that. You get the 10 of Cups again. So it's like group. There's so much potential in whatever's going on here, whether it's in the thing that you've walked away from, maybe you've walked towards something else. But there's so much potential. You know, you have the 9 of coins, the 10 of coins, the 10 of cups somewhere, the 9 of coins. Such an interesting and confusing reading. But group 4, I think what it's saying is that you can have it all. You need to clarify certain things within yourself. You need to be clear about the things you have or want to walk away from, and what you want to walk towards. You need to, if you need to communicate clearly, and if you want communication from someone, you need to open yourself to that. And then you get the 6 of coins at the bottom. Again, it's like balance. So there's potential for this in whatever's going on. There's a needing to go within before rushing forward. Maybe what this is saying is, yes, you can move forward swiftly, but you need to lay down your burdens in your head. You need to take time out for stillness. So you can see the wood for the trees, man. I think if I had to describe this reading, I'd say trying to see the wood for the trees. And there's so much hope, though. And it's like you're walking away to build something new with. Just look at that card and see what it means for you. What does it evoke in you? It's like you need to walk towards this thing that you can build together with others, or with spirit, or with another. And these others, there's the model, a beautiful model. There's the painter, the artist, and there's the teacher. It's like those different aspects, and maybe that's what you're walking towards, is this collaboration that honors different aspects of yourself, or different aspects of different people in this, whatever this is. Group 4, I don't know if there's anything more I can say. I think I should just leave it there and let you take what resonates for you, because I really try to share the principles, you know, and I trust that the people on this walk with me see feel what themselves in it, you know, because I feel that's how readings should be. It's more like not so much about the prediction, which is interesting though, by the way. In the previous two readings, there was so much more definiteness. Yours is very dualistic. It's like you're trying to, there's some balance you're trying to find, and it's almost like you want to have it all. And I think you're needing to give yourself permission to have it all, to have both independence and commitment, work that's study and work that's paid and permanent, but part-time, so that you can pursue your own thing, so you can have the income. And you know, it's something like that. And it's almost like you have the green light, but you need to confront your own blockages first, or as part of that process, your blockages. Where do you not communicate? Where do you not say what you feel? Where do you carry the burdens of things that you shouldn't be carrying, maybe? Or where have you made so much progress, but you are holding on to all this stuff, instead of taking the breaks in between and being still, so that you can carry on taking those burdens. And let me just say, the burdens are not burdens, they are your creations, your efforts, your experience. But keep laying them down, laying down the too much work, so that you approach your work in a different way, so that you can see things more clearly. The love, the whatever this whole situation is, it might be multiple things. Whew. Okay, group 4, I'm going to leave it there, knowing that it's not clear, and trusting that it is clear for you, it makes sense for you, because in a way it does make sense. Okay, I wish you a wonderful week. I wish you a wonderful week ahead, group 4. Please, if this resonates, share with me and give me a like, and tell others about me. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye.